And one of the key lessons we've learned here is you need to document what you do, not what you think you do. So we have seen documentation in PDF format. If you have documentation which could include, for example, a digital signing key that you use in the sandbox, you cannot copy and paste that reliably from a PDF because there will be characters in it that aren't part of the certificate. We have seen documentation that is wrong. We have seen documentation that is old, i.e. out of date, and wrong. We found no documentation at all, or to go back to my example from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it was literally locked in the locked filing cabinet. And then when you provide a sandbox, you can provide no rapid support, or in the case of some of the banking institutions, not even slow support. We onboarded the first 25 to 26 UK open banking entities in the space of a day. We are very, very fast at implementing a good design. It took us nearly a week and a half to 2 weeks to do the next block, but we had a hardcore of 5 or 6 services which we have still not 3 years later been able to onboard because they do not respond to support queries from their documentation teams when something is wrong. That's not acceptable. A recent example we've seen was from a large German bank where their sandbox environment and heartbeat services all went down, and the only place that we found there was evidence that they were not up was when we pinged them on Twitter and asked, and they confirmed that they were having some issues. So again, documentation needs to be key and it needs to be correct. And what we recommend to our customers and to anybody out there is don't have your documentation just written by your engineering groups. Have it tested by somebody who's completely outside of the development team and have that cross-checked regularly. It's a service we do when we onboard customers, but it's something to really think about. Developers who know how an API works, who built it, will always be able to get it working because they'll know that step 6, which they haven't written down and is obvious to them, has to be done a certain way. That will not be obvious to other users, and it will lead to friction and therefore lack of adoption of your services versus others, which is a critical lesson for all API programs, not just in open banking.